Hi guys, welcome back to Boxes Overview, where I just go over the box office this weekend and check out what happened. This weekend was July 20th through July 22nd. We got some really bad drops, some really surprising opening weekends. So let's check out the top 10 this week. I couldn't find an intro to do. Last week I had that fortune cookie intro. Last week I actually had a fortune cookie. This week I don't have anything. So just start right off. Getting in at number 10 on the box office this weekend was Sorry to Bother You. This movie's been doing better than I thought it was going to do. I thought this movie wasn't even going to make the top 10 in the first week. Cracked the top 10. Now it's still in the top 10. I am doubting it'll be next week. Oh no, it won't be next week because we know both Teen Titans and Mission Impossible will probably at least make it into the top 10. I wouldn't be surprised if Teen Titans didn't make it into the top 10, but Mission Impossible will definitely be the number one. So this movie, I doubt, will be in the top 10 next week, but good for its 2-week run in the top 10. That's pretty impressive for the movie's budget and everything it has going for it. It almost hit the 3 million mark this weekend. Sadly, it just hit the 2.8 million mark, which isn't the worst. This isn't actually that bad of a drop. That's actually quite a solid weekend for a second week. That's a 33% drop. So props to it on that. Only 33%, not bad. Getting in at number 9 on the box office was a movie that I didn't even expect to crack the top 10. Happy for you, it did. Unfriended the Dark Web. This movie looked awful. I didn't hear it was terrible, but whatever. And I'm not surprised this movie actually cracked the top 10, but there are a couple of reasons why it didn't even beat the 4 million mark, which is surprising that even Sorry to Bother You beat this movie on its opening weekend. But Unfriended the Dark Web had so little going for it. It's a horror movie with one of the dumbest names I've ever heard. Unfriended. Oh no, you're unfriended. I mean, I heard the first Unfriended was terrible. This one's not supposed to be as bad, but I didn't see it because that trailer was awful. I just don't care to see it. I don't care if it has like a 50%. I don't care. I don't particularly like bad horror movies, so if this movie's bad, then I don't want to see it. So it made 3 million mark, but the problem is that it had like, let's see, it actually made about $3.4 million this weekend. Impressive, I guess, but the movie had a rated R rating going for it, meaning that you have the small demographic. Horror movie narrows the demographic even more down. The trailer was really bad, that narrows it even more down. This movie surprisingly even cracked the top 10. Coming in at number 8 is a movie that has been holding solid these last few weeks, The First Purge. I guess it's a horror movie that I don't even know if I need to talk about that much. It just is in the top 10. It's number 8. And it's been going solid-ish. I mean, it didn't have that bad of a drop. I'm joking. It dropped like 50%. It dropped 46% this weekend. That's not that good, honestly. Once a movie hits above 45%, that's not a bad drop, but that isn't a good drop. Most movies, most blockbusters drop about 50% on their next weekend. But this movie dropped like a good 46%, and it made about $4.9 million, impressive-ish to almost hit that 5 million mark, but I guess The First Purge has been going solid. Coming in at number 7, Skyscraper. What happened to this movie? Actually, my review for this movie will come out later today, so make sure to look at that. But what happened? 56% drop. $10 million. How did this happen? So Rampage actually did quite well. It's one of the most successful movies of the year to even crack that top 10. Pretty impressive on its behalf. It almost beat $500 million worldwide. That's actually better than I thought it was going to do. But that movie at least opened with like 35 million. This movie opened with 10 million less. I'm doubting this movie will even crack the 300 million mark. If it does, lucky movie. Coming in at number 6 was Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom, $11 million. And that was actually not a bad drop, 32% drop, even though we are in that point where the movie just it's still in the top 10, but it's falling short. But this movie, it's not been grabbing the box office like you'd think it would. I mean, the opening weekend was surprising enough, but the second weekend was a huge drop, and now this movie's it's kind of just been falling short. It got out of the top 5, makes sense, but the movie it isn't doing what it should. I think this movie is at its ending mark. I think the movie will beat Worldwide, 1,200,000,000. That shouldn't be a problem for it. But I do think this movie is at the end. This movie is about to just kind of fall apart and not be the biggest movie of the year like some people thought it was going to be. But still it will be in the top 5 by the end, probably. Still in the top 5, number 5, Incredibles 2. This movie has been doing good. It's actually been doing really good. Maybe it's because the movie's good. The movie's good, so that's why it's doing good. I've already seen it twice. I saw it once with me and my brother, saw it once with my whole family. But this movie has just been doing so good. It's like, I think the movie's good. The people want to go back and rewatch it. It's a rewatchable movie. If you like The Incredibles 2 the first time, go check it out again. It is so fun to watch the second time. Almost as fun as is the first. But this movie has actually been doing quite well, honestly, I gotta say. 29% drop. That might be the best weekend for this movie that I've... That's actually probably that's the lowest drop this weekend. 29%. I mean, there were couples that dropped like up to 200%. This movie dropped about a 29%. So nice for that. Coming in at number 4 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like I said, Jurassic World is at the end of its run. This movie is not ending its run. It already beat that 150 million mark. Domestically, I don't know what it is worldwide right now, but it's actually been doing solid, I guess. It beat the first Ant-Man. So every time someone says sequel's not as good as the first, I'm going to use Ant-Man and the Wasp now as a good example. Ant-Man and the Wasp did quite well this weekend. I thought it impressively beat that on. And he dropped 44%. That's a pretty bad drop, but about like 20-some million. I'm forgetting right now. Oh no, it didn't even be 20 million. It was 16 million. This movie dropped 44%, 16 million. I guess it kind of felt stubborn for Marvel to release it on the 6th of July. Like, it just felt like, we just need to release this movie. Because it got beat by Hotel Transylvania that weekend. That kind of just derailed the movie. So I feel like Marvel should have been smarter with their release date on the movie. I think an August release date would have worked. I think we should have got Ant-Man and the Wasp on, like, August 3rd. I think that would have worked. Move Christopher Robin to July 6th. Because Christopher Robin it's not supposed, it wouldn't even beat 40 million on a second weekend. If Hotel Transylvania 3 never happened, then I think Ant-Man and the Wasp could have beaten the 40 million mark, maybe in 30 million. So I think that they should have just switched Christopher Robin and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Just switch those two. I feel like the box office would have worked out better that way. Also, I'm going to say Ant-Man and the Wasp is at the end of its run now. I think that maybe next weekend it'll kind of fall into the club with Incredibles 2 and Jurassic World at the low half of the movies that have just been on for a few weeks now. They're still be down there, but I think it's still doing good. So, at number 3, thankfully this movie dropped as bad as it did. Hotel Transylvania 3. You guys know I did not like this movie, so I'm happy this movie dropped. 47% drop. That is not good. 28 million. Also not good. This movie dropped tremendously this weekend. That's tremendous. It just dropped pretty bad. Not as bad as Skyscraper, but it dropped bad. Very bad. I mean, it makes sense. It seems like kids' movies usually drop a lot because all families go and see it the first weekend, and no one goes to rewatch it the second weekend. Comedies aren't the most rewatchable things. So I'm not surprised this movie's doing that had such a bad drop. Number 2 is Mamma Mia. Here we go again. I haven't seen this movie. Don't plan to. I might rent it on Redbox. I'll review it when I rent it. But this movie opened up quite well, I guess. I mean, I knew it was going to be 30 million, but 34 million, not that bad. Chris, I thought The Weeknd was good. It was its spot. It wasn't Mamma Mia 2 did nothing wrong. It had a great weekend. I think it had a great idea for its weekend was going to place. But I do think that the movie it was where it ranked on the top 10 that disappointed. Number 2. It was supposed to be number 1. Sadly, that movie fell short and made it to number 2. Oh well. The number 1 weekend movie, the number 1 at the box office this weekend was the opening weekend for Denzel Washington, Equalizer 2. Haven't seen this movie. I don't think I will end up seeing. I haven't seen the first one, but the trailer was sweet, so So here are my predictions. Everybody was saying that Mamma Mia 2 is going to do better than Equalizer 2, and I was like thinking, no, Equalizer 2 is going to do better because it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be good, and Mamma Mia 2 is going to be bad. The reverse happened. Mamma Mia 2 was good, apparently good, and Equalizer 2 wasn't good. So then the week I was rolling up, I was like, Mamma Mia is going to beat it. Nope! Equalizer 2 struggled through to beat it. And I've seen this before when there's a movie that doesn't get that good of reviews, and then it comes out, and then I'm like, nice work for you. Even though you had that bad Rotten Tomatoes score going through, you still success. This movie is going to drop next weekend. Very bad. I'm predicting it. Mamma Mia could probably beat it next weekend. It's no secret. This movie will drop really bad next weekend. I just don't think this movie's going to do that good, but nice work. This is also, I think, the second biggest opening for a rated R movie this weekend. Year. Of course, you have a year where there's a Deadpool movie coming out, so that's going to be the #1. But nice work, #2. Equalizer 2's been doing good. And it even, I believe it might even done better than John Wick 2 when that movie came out. I don't know, John Wick 2 had like a 50 Shades movie, which I don't know why anybody sees those. And, had Lego Batman, so kind of was destined to fail. Alright, so which thing of the box office surprised you this most this weekend? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm also, upcoming reviews, Skyscraper comes out later today. More Comic-Con just because it's the last day of Comic-Con, so I think we're going to get a bunch of Comic-Con stuff. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you can see my trailer reactions to those. So yeah, I know my trailer reactions are really poorly made videos, but I upped it up. So they'll be better today because I had like a short amount of time because there's going to be more trailers coming out. So yeah, the trailer reactions will be better today. See you guys next time, and goodbye.